heard the sound, it was bittersweet. Voices calling out from an aching heart, getting so much closer by staying apart, singing a song of hope and love that you heard when I heard. I feel what you feel. We will survive. We will stay strong. Love is the word, and hope is the song. The streets are empty, but the sky is clear. You want somebody and can't have them near, taking shelter where you can when the world is at stake. Alone together, trying hard not to break, singing a song of hope and love that will heal. You heard when I heard. I feel what you feel. We will survive. We will stay strong. Love is the word, and hope is the song. A song for the lonely, the tired and the weary. A song for the broken, the mighty. Can you hear me? Get beyond our pride and greed, share everything that we need. We won't be ignored. We will be restored. Singing a song of hope and love that will heal. You heard when I heard. I feel what you feel. We will survive. We will stay strong. 'Cause love is the word, and hope is the song.
Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town,
To feel-good stories and messages of hope.
a few jokes and live calling,
Highlighting local businesses.
discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
The Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Dawn, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button.
Welcome.
It's all in the timing. That was pretty good.
How you like the opening song? You remember when that song was? We were in COVID and we put that song as
Every
a
day.
healing song. As a healing song. That's been what, 3 years?
Every day, I think we still need some healing, is all I can tell you.
I tell you, that's Kendra, Miss Kendra, and you know what? We're gonna open up the show with some exciting news.
We need like a sound effect or something.
Woo! See these?
Got those?
Got these? This is the one I like right here. Kendra Live is coming to our studio.
New podcast starting by Kendra. She's going to be putting that together. She'll be in town apparently next month. I love that.
We will be giving
So
out.
over it. I think I might have to win one of those or buy one of those.
We will be giving out Kendra merch on the show. We're trying to figure out whether it's our show, her show, both shows.
A combination of shows.
Combination of shows. You can come in. Proceeds are going to.
Charity of her choice. Rapture. Oh, she has wings on that one. That's nice.
This is the Rapture album.
Imagine wearing that shirt around town. You should wear that shirt around town, Freddie.
Actually, I could fit in it now. That would be me, the Rapture. But there's all sorts of shirts in here. Oh my God.
It was very nice. Her mom brought those over so we can give them away. So if you're interested, should we give them away? Should we give one out today? I think we should.
We're going to talk to her now. Somebody's going to want this bad boy right here.
Look who's here. And it's Wednesday.
You see
The
this?
man, the myth, the legend, the mini Freddie. Although he's not so mini. How you
Ain't
doing?
nothing- Ain't no many about him. What's the matter? Your calendar broke? Today is Wednesday. Oh, today he comes in. Oh, look at this. Oh, Dawn.
I know.
Watch
I'm
out
definitely a
now.
tank top kind of person. Only because
Watch
I get too hot in regular shirts. Nice. Come and get it. Imagine wearing that around town.
I can imagine you wearing that.
Just saying.
Right up your alley. Come and get it.
Come and get it. Can you imagine me wearing that around Disney World this weekend?
Merch, baby, merch. But Kendra
Merch.
Live is coming soon. You're going to see her on Roku, Amazon, Fire. You're going to see her on network. You're going to see her here. You're going to see her in studio.
iHeartRadio, Apple, Spotify, you name it. She's going to be just like all of our other shows. Josh is putting a new commercial together to explain options that we have. Because not only do we offer podcast
you need
options.
A roadmap.
Well, everyone wants a podcast. So we have our podcast options. But then people come into the studio and they say, we want the TV. You can have podcast plus video. So we offer both options right here at AMP Productions.
And after you do your podcast, what do you do with it? That's what we need to talk
The
about.
distribution of
The
it.
distribution. How do people find it? iHeartMedia app, Spotify, Apple TV, Apple.
Marketing, all of it.
That's right. So lots to talk about, lots to do. I want to congratulate Teddy and crew for putting stuff together. And the crew put some nice little banners.
They've been
for
working
the-
hard. Zaria's been in here working and working. She did a nice piece
The
for your
Hangout.
Hangout show.
You're actually
You know what
gonna
that
lead-
means? You got to do it.
Well, you're going to lead the 2020 segment, the Millennial Channel. Millennial Channel.
Well, what I wanted to do for the hangout is gather everyone, all the interns.
That's right. They're all going on that channel.
Yeah, okay, sweet, yeah. I wanted to gather all the interns and just have them come on the hangout. It'd be like the morning show,
Yeah.
but just the interns.
The only question is whether or not Baxton's comic strip is going to go on a family kids channel or is going to go on your
You mean
channel.
Cooking Up Chaos?
Yeah.
We go on both, actually.
Well, I think I'm going to do Baxton's comic routine or something. 'Cause he's so
Tell me,
freaking
was
funny.
that necessary?
No.
Was that
People near my
necessary? Who's
house do
ever
that all
driving
the
like
time.
that? Is
Yeah.
that
I'm
necessary?
sleeping in bed and it's like, thanks, I appreciate that.
Not necessary,
I'm
just
gonna be
saying.
Jekyll and Hyde over here. We got two
You're going to be
faces.
Jekyll and Hyde over there?
No, because my face is like split in half. There's one side of the face, but one side of my face is not seen.
Good morning to you.
Morning to you.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
How was the
Happy-
day off?
Pretty miserable.
Why? What were you
He
doing?
was sick.
Yeah,
You weren't sick.
I was.
No, you weren't. You were
I s-
writing. I know what you call
I,
sick.
I still have somewhat of a cough. It's not contagious, but it's still there.
What do you have? Mononucleosis?
No,
Stop it.
it's mainly a sickness that's due to stress. I get
Ah.
it every single year at the end of the term.
Oh, the term finish? It's a term
It's
finish?
the end of the week?
It's
Yeah.
this is the last week for them, yeah.
Oh, thank God, because you're gonna break like a rubber band.
Everyone is stretch
Yeah.
and stretch, except Nicole. How is
Yeah.
Nikki the only one who's done, getting her stuff
You
done,
know,
and
I
still
noticed that
here?
her hair gets longer. She's like Goliath. Her hair gets longer, she gets more power.
I don't know, but everyone else is stressing out and getting sick. It's still in school, and she's like, I'm done.
I know, she don't care.
Happy
You
birthday,
see, like,
Mayor.
Yeah, like, I've always been that way, though. Like, my friends just say, like, oh, just don't care about it. You know, sometimes it's like, well,
You can't do anything about it by stressing.
I know, it's just, we're talking about a habit I've had since freshman year of college.
Well, then you should be used to it by now. You
But-
practice enough, now you're good at it.
But you finished
I'm
your
good at
first
making
year.
myself sick.
You got through 1 year of grad school.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you. It's been something else.
But you did it, so that's awesome.
Has it been hard?
Oh yeah,
It has
like
been, okay.
nothing that Lynn could have ever thrown at me could have ever prepared me for what grad school has been.
But what have you learned is really my question. What's your major?
What is your major? Because I heard about this too.
media
Eh,
studies, and I'm still on.
What
the
was your
fence about
minor? What was your when you were your
film and
major
TV,
in?
and I absolutely loved it. Senior
Okay, so
year.
you're in the right deal then.
So what
Yes,
is media?
just-
Social
it's
media?
Not, yes, it's not the correct part of media that I want to be.
So why don't you switch?
I can't.
You can't.
Literally, Lynn does not have. That's the closest thing Lynn has.
Ah,
Well, what are you learning?
I'm mainly learning about the history of social media and how social media reacts to different places and
how do
reacts
you
to
use that?
different
How do you
people.
use that today, Dyson? How do you use history as a learning curve for what you're doing today? Let's talk about that.
I don't know, because I don't really use social media. Social media really is not my
Well,
thing.
I understand it, but you're going to school for it, right?
Are they teaching you branding and marketing?
No.
What?
That's what I'm wondering what he's learning. Good morning.
Like, I'm more learning about the, like, it honestly freaks me out because I learn about all the creepy stuff that they actually do and how they track people, and, you know, it's creepy.
What do you mean how they track people?
Yeah. Like YouTube knows I go to Lynn University. I get ads for Lynn University.
Those are cookies because you've agreed to it.
Let me tell you about YouTube.
Let me tell you about TikTok.
Let me tell
Let
you.
me tell you about Instagram.
I go to work out one of my Pilates classes on YouTube. Every 6 minutes, there's an ad.
Oh, God.
It just started last week.
Because they're listening to you.
But let me tell you about how good they are at annoying you. By the end of my Pilates class, I was so aggravated, I had to join no ads. Because
YouTube TV?
I couldn't take it anymore because every 6 minutes I'm in the middle of a new set. And so then you got to stop, fast
you
forward,
don't
skip
have
the
no
ads.
ads on your phone?
I had it on my TV. Probably not.
I have it on my phone, I have it on my computer, I have it everywhere. Geo hooked me all up, no ads.
It's
Well,
called
no, I
ad
had
blocker.
to pay for it now.
Ad blocker.
Yeah.
But the problem is, like V2, you know how we use V2 to see sports?
It
Some
won't-
of the
it won't
channels
work,
you
yeah,
can't.
I know.
because-
Every 6 minutes, you could skip the video, but then you got to stop what you're doing, find the remote, which is aggravating, skip the video, and then I've already lost track of my
On
set.
TV?
Yeah, if you use Apple, if you use
Oh, yeah.
YouTube on your TV,
I'm not sophisticated that way.
YouTube knows perfectly when to put the commercials too, because I'm
Yeah.
watching like
So
a
annoying.
concert or something, or someone performing,
And right before they do the song.
right before the solo, the guitar solo
Yeah.
or something.
Put an
it
ad
plays.
blocker on your TV.
I
I
don't
can't
think
get
you
one
can
on
put
my
an ad
TV,
blocker
and
on your TV.
yeah, TV and phones you can't, but
Let's
for your
go on
laptops you can.
I just got to tell you, aggravating. They know how to make money. They give you 30 days free, but it doesn't matter because then you know you got to stick with it.
But getting back to what they're teaching
Made me
you,
think about what he's saying. It's because this is all part of the social media targeting, advertising.
But do you realize that you're getting a PhD?
Yeah, he's getting masters.
Don't say PhD.
Well, a master's. You're getting your master's, right? And when you're getting your master's, you are a master of your field. They're teaching you the history so you can learn backwards to go forward. It's very important you learn the history of what
Yeah.
you're doing.
And like, I'm not gonna lie, some of it is quite interesting. But, like, there was a class, I thoroughly enjoyed this class. The professor that I've been with has been outstanding. And this class has been interesting. We've talked about a lot about how different media ads and how media ads have changed over the years. We talked a lot about the Share a Coke ad. Have you heard about that?
Well, maybe you should do some ads for us.
Maybe.
Maybe you should put a whole ad campaign division for us.
Put to work what you're learning.
Exactly. I'm going to tell you something. He's matured.
Hasn't he?
Now, he'll fall back when some other people are around, of course.
What do you mean, some other people?
When you-
Not some other people.
I think you
one
mean
other
one
person.
Well, I wanted to keep her name.
What? I was thinking him.
No, not
Me?
When you egg him on.
He contributes to it. Here, see, he's already started. He went from being a mature gentleman with a pipe to a crazy, wacky Braxton.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready to be harder on you right now too, Baxton. So you got to get used
And
to.
there they go.
Show me what you got.
No, you got to get used to heavy criticism.
Show me what you got.
Don't do
Alright.
that to him. He'll melt like a
That's
bug.
too bad.
He'll melt like a
That's
pancake.
too bad.
There they go.
Give
Are
me
you
what
singing?
you got.
Are you singing today, big boy?
Yes.
It depends on how I feel.
Talk into your
Oh,
microphone.
it depends on your cough.
First of all, we talked about having a few songs ready to go. Did you do that when I asked you to
Yeah.
do it? Okay, so you're going to sing today. What's the problem?
It depends on how my cough
Use
goes.
your
I
mic.
cannot sing well.
Your cough is going to be here regardless. Take a Tums. No, not a Tums.
Yeah.
What do you take?
Your cough will make you sound a little better.
Give her the,
It
give
gives
her
you a
the
little.
microphone because obviously you're coughing.
It gives you a little
She's
bit
like,
of a
I don't
rasp.
think I want the mic. I'm graduating.
That's why I try
Come
to
sit next
save
to
you.
Josh.
Curly, I tried to
Oh,
save you
Lisa,
before
come
you
sit,
started coughing.
go
on
sit
it.
over there. She needs to make sure you're not contagious,
It's
Baxter.
not contagious.
No,
Not
don't,
you,
not you.
her.
I don't want you sitting next to me.
How you doing there, buddy? Oh, buddy, go.
He really
Why
likes
are you
you
so
a lot.
short? Oh.
He's in the. This is the psych chair. We have a
That's
new
kind
chair
of a
in the studio.
funny set, though, actually. If you look at that angle, Karen, put that angle back up.
You see it?
It's not funny.
yeah.
It would be kind of a funny segment for the two of them.
I have to ask. What's with the hat today? I'm enjoying it. What's the hat? What's with the hat today?
It's almost Friday.
I didn't feel like taking a shower this morning, so I just threw this on.
Oh.
Yeah, now
He's
go back
moving
over
back
there.
over there.
Now go back over there.
No.
All right.
Did I?
So did you guys see in the news yesterday?
I saw that your Knicks won. I heard that your Knicks won.
Yeah, they won, but that's not what I'm talking about. We'll get to that in a second. What happened with this false shooting, bizarre thing that happened all over every campus in South Florida?
Why can't you
False.
just talk about the Knicks instead?
We will.
Why? Yeah. Why do we have to talk about something bad?
No, because I want to know that you hear about this. Were
Yes.
you in school when it occurred?
Yes, and all and then there's
You weren't in
stabbings.
school.
There's stabbings in California now. All the
No,
classes
no,
at
no, no,
UC
forget
Davis
it.
are
I'm
virtual.
not talking about that. I'm talking about what happened yesterday. That they shut down every major campus in South Florida. FAU, Broward.
Oh, I
all
didn't
of
hear
them.
about South Florida. I heard around other
Oh
states.
no, there was this fake shooter on the premises, and some kind of machine or somebody put something together. They shut down all the campuses at once. It was crazy.
They
FAU
didn't shut
included.
down Lynn. I got the email and it was like 2 hours till I had to go to class. I was like, what is this? I was like reading and I was like,
Did they shut it down?
No, I still went. Like they act like nothing happened. If anything, there's like a campus safety person in the library,
Oh,
but
that's helpful,
that was
right?
about it.
Nothing happened. FAU in Fort Lauderdale shut down.
I do have a
Broward.
story though. Back in high school, we have a JROTC program, and they were doing drills out on the football field, like flinging the fake guns around, doing marches and stuff like that. And our school is literally right next to the highway, 95. So people on 95 were driving by, and they saw these students playing with guns on the football field.
With guns?
They're fake guns.
Oh,
They're
fake
for
guns.
JRTC, just to do drill
bits.
drills and all that. Yeah. So they called into Forest Hill and they had us on lockdown for about 2 or 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they catch who put this
No,
together?
the FBI is involved because apparently now some people are really teed off that happened.
Yeah, well.
And it's funny because my phone put up an update for security analysis. Like now there's a filter on there that tells you if it's real or not real. Why didn't they think of that before?
AI. See, the writers are still on strike.
It's only take two.
Writers are still on strike. All the night shows were reruns last night, and they said today they're
I
going to
don't
be the same
understand
thing.
that either.
I don't either because your morning shows are live. So are the correspondents writing their own content, but yet Jimmy
Yes.
Fallon at night cannot?
No,
he can't write his own questions
none of
for his
these
interviews?
people can do exactly what we do, which is ad lib. They can't.
But
do
the morning shows are doing it, and they're
Well, the morning
doing
show,
their
they give us
content.
something to read. I guess producers are producing the news today was horrible. It
The news was
stupid.
terrible.
It went.
My question is, if I'm Jimmy Fallon or I'm Jimmy Kimmel and I've got an interview, you can't write your own questions to stay live?
No,
Or are
but-
they doing this just in support of the writers, so they're
course they
shutting
are.
down? Not that they
Of
can't,
course
they're
they are.
just choosing not to.
Of course they are. They're putting the pressure on NBC. And NBC told Jimmy, either you clean up your act or you're out of here.
Or most of those late night shows, they started out as writers, did they not?
Yes, most
Yeah.
of them.
SNL,
What about
they're
the
on
guy
strike
that,
also.
the guy that just said
Seth
goodbye? What's
Meyers
his
and
name?
Jimmy
Yep.
Fallon, they were all writers for SNL.
What's the name of the guy that just retired?
Oh, James Gordon.
Him.
What?
He retires at just the right time.
I know, did you notice that?
Because and the rumor is that he did not want to go against the union. He didn't want to, and that's why he left at this particular moment. Because he was number one behind him and Fallon were like this.
I think it's really in support of the writers because they're really trying to say writing as a career for your generation, to make it what it is, to say it's time. It's not the money, they said. It's something with the amount of contracted workers they need and the longevity of the contract.
11,400
So they're willing to pay more,
people.
but there needs to be X amount. They want a certain amount of people, and then it's the length of the contract, whatever that means. I mean, I know what it means. I don't know whether it means they want you to sign a 3 or a 5 year contract, or they're going to say you sign a year and you go year to year.
Well,
I don't know what the
I got a-
stipulation
I got a
is.
question for you guys. You remember when the NFL went on strike and they brought in the union busters? What did they call those guys?
That was the baseball in '95.
Yeah, well, either or, but football was the movie that came out with the scabs. They called them scabs, right? So what if we put together a group of 30 writers and tell ABC, NBC, and CBS that we have scab writers? Do you think that they'll hire us to fill the void while the contracts are being negotiated?
Yes, maybe Baxton and Josh can fill in for some writers.
No, you need a big crew. You can't just do 2 people. You gotta have like 30 of us.
We don't have 30 though.
So we
But you
go
could
get
try.
it.
But I think more of it, it's not that they don't have the content, they're choosing to support the writers and saying, we're going to strike
Well,
until
they're
you
not
fix
allowed
this.
to use us because we're not.
You're non-union.
We're not a whatchamacallit, a union of the Actors Guild or whatever.
Screen Actors Guild, SAG.
Being in South Florida, I've never heard of the union. I don't even know what a union is.
SCAG?
SAG.
SAG.
Screen Actors Guild,
Screen Actors Guild.
SAG.
That's in California, but if you're in Florida, you have to belong to that union to get work.
You should.
Why
love
do
that.
they,
That's
why do they
stupid.
always have to go for the cheapest route?
Well, it isn't cheap. To
But-
join SCAG is
No. But talking about the writers and everything, they always got to go for the cheapest route.
Well, they're saying
Whatever-
streaming, and I don't know the difference as to why they would pay. Apparently, the streaming companies are paying the writers less than the network companies. I would,
commercials.
and I can't say it's because they've got
It's
less money, but a
commercial.
lot of the streaming companies, Hulu, Roku, Amazon Fire,
And
there's
they
money
charge less money
for what?
to put a commercial on Roku.
But there's not
Hulu.
really commercials. Maybe is that the
Yeah,
difference?
but that's the difference.
It's free content versus
Listen,
putting the
I
commercials
called
out.
Hulu because I wanted a channel. And they said, you can't do a channel, but you can do a commercial. Okay, how much is Hulu going to charge me a month? $55,000 a month. So I said, what? And they give you like 3,000 or 4,000 spots. Like what Comcast does. I said, okay, I have to get back to you. But ABC is $10,000 every 3 minutes.
So Hulu's better pricing, even though it's a lot of money.
But ABC is a bigger audience.
Is it?
Yes.
Or maybe it's not.
10
Maybe
to
things
1
are
is.
changing. Maybe that's part of it.
Also goes to the demographic that you're looking for. If you were looking
Right.
for the younger demographic, you want to go towards Hulu. If you're
Right.
looking for the older
But
one,
if you look
ABC.
at the Super Bowl, what was the viewer reach?
I think it was 115 million.
Now you can't buy
Yeah,
that.
but what's a commercial cost for a Super Bowl?
23 million for 30 seconds.
So imagine putting a commercial on
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers that hit $1 billion. Like that is when do they start putting commercials at movie theaters?
I've been asking the movies of Del Rey for
But
3
think about
years.
that. You
Yes,
have
I
a
know.
blockbuster movie like that, and you've got your commercial out. Then look at the masses that you're hitting.
Yeah.
The bigger the audience, the more the opportunities you have
Yeah.
to have an audience following you, and then you can do some business.
So, I think we should do a new segment
Called.
where we have Bailey, only Bailey, in an empty theater, and we have her see a horror film.
Yeah, I heard Bailey went to the movies with you.
And she was traumatized.
I'm sure she was.
She was.
And there are people in here that they say you didn't invite them. They're very, very hurt.
You didn't invite Josh.
You didn't invite anybody. Forget about Josh. Josh is just one
maybe it
of
was
these
a
looking at
date.
you.
Maybe it was a
What do you
date.
mean?
Ask him.
Was it a date?
Did you have a date?
Okay, sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes me, my roommates, and Bailey,
Bailey.
no.
And you don't invite Josh?
I didn't know he wanted to come.
Me
you
and my roommates
invite
and Bailey.
Josh to buy an egg on the store.
No, I do
Yes,
not.
you do. You guys are like freaking frat. And you don't invite him over the weekend?
He is coming with me to go see Guardians of the Galaxy though. On Friday.
Or you invited him?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday?
Yeah.
When on Friday?
This is Discount Tuesdays. What's wrong with Discount Tuesdays? I want to save money.
We're seeing it opening day.
He doesn't go alone
You
anymore.
will
Is it going to be Movies of Del Rey?
Jackson, he
Well,
doesn't go alone
Yes.
anymore.
Then the Jedi mind trick. You will see it opening day.
He doesn't go alone anymore. He's
I do.
For now.
Is it at Movies of Del Rey?
It could be.
If
No,
it is,
it's
we
not
could probably
there.
get you discount tickets.
Oh, we were invited. If you guys remember, we'd sit John Lennon. We were invited to see the guitar player. What's his name? The movie
Jimmy.
is coming out.
Jimi Hendrix?
No, it's not Hendrix.
But no, he's dead.
It's not Hendrix. It's the guitar player. I'll look it up. But we were invited to go on a Wednesday, either this Wednesday or next Wednesday, or the Wednesday after that, to go on the Movies of the Right free deal like we had before. And this is a music thing because she knows that you guys love music. What's his name? What's the name of the? You know, I can't believe nobody here follows movies.
Nobody follows movies like you do.
Movies?
Are you ready for graduation tomorrow?
Yes and no.
Tomorrow, she's graduating. It's pretty
Oh
darn
my-
exciting.
Crazy. Like
I
the-
can't believe you're here, but yet I'm glad you are.
it's the amount of stuff I have to do tonight is gonna just drive me up the wall. Like I have a goal to be done by like 9 the latest.
What do you have left to do?
So my parents and 2 of my siblings had just gone to town last night, so they're coming down tonight. I'm like, okay, I have to go see them. Like their first night, like because they're staying in Westmont. I'm like, I told them, no, like let's go to Meisner, right? I'm like, okay, I'll go see y'all for a little bit.
Yeah.
If that runs like any more than like an hour, I'm gonna be doing my hair until like 10, 11, because I want to straighten it, and that takes like
Your hair is
2
straight.
No, it's not.
So the whole night then goes around your hair.
Yeah.
So really, the hair is the night.
Yep, it's gonna
Dinner
take
and
me
hair.
like
So
2
it's-
hours.
So
To
your
straighten your
hair
hair?
is graduating. What about the rest of you?
The rest of me, you know, I just need to sleep. I need a face mask. Like I need to look like rejuvenated, like a newborn baby. Like I can't walk out looking like a grandma or anything.
I was watching.
I gotta
Mrs.
get myself ready.
You could go get your hair straightened, then you don't have to do it for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You could go get your hair straightened, like at a blow dry bar or something.
See, I could, but then I'd be dropping like $100-ish.
So it's a saving money thing.
Mhm.
Got you.
Because it's like the 2 hours, like start to finish, like wash to like the last strand done. Because it used to take me like 3 hours, like an hour like washing it, and then like 2 hours.
An hour to wash your hair?
Because I used to have like really like long curly hair, so it just took ages to like get detangled and everything.
Wow.
But like, cause when I was younger, it was like easily like down to there, like my curls. So then I cut it. I'm like, okay, now it only takes like 30 minutes, right? It's everything after. I'm like, oh, I can like wait 10 more minutes before I start blow drying, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
really can't.
Wow.
You know, you should know. I
We
used
don't
to
have that.
long
Neither
curly
does
hair as
Baxter.
well.
We
Look
have
what
the-
happened
we
to
have
that.
the biggest problem.
Look what happened
She
to
got
that. I
no
used to have
hair.
long curly hair, then look what happened to me.
We have the biggest problem because we have to wear a hat and we gotta look good.
Well, like, here's the thing. Mine is going to grow back.
Who told you that?
No, because here's the thing. I never told you why my hair is like this.
No, I know why your
It's
hair's
chemical.
like this. No, I know that. But so,
So-
what if it doesn't? I'm thinking
I'd
this is the
probably get a wig and have it sewed onto my head.
Oh, that hurts. I'm thinking this
And-
is.
Like, the thing is, I know it's going to grow back because it is growing back.
Oh, is it?
It's very painful because what they have to do, they have to draw my blood, spin it for plasma,
Okay, that's.
then
yes,
inject
yes,
that
that's
into my
good.
head, and it's the
That's-
most painful sensation in the world.
Remember when we had the hair show? Teddy was the.
She's going to hit herself in the head with her bag, because her bag's going to fly over and hit herself in the head while she's putting the ramp down. Teddy's putting the ramp out.
Teddy's putting the ramp out and hitting us over the head.
Good morning. That was nice of you to put the ramp out for Nicole.
Goliath. Goliath is in there. Goliath. Her hair gets long.
She puts the ramp out, and in walks Nicole.
All right, so last night the Knicks beat the Heat. Miracle win because the Heat, I thought, were on point. And we got away with a small, precious victory. And now they come down to Miami where the game changes again. Is Butler hurt bad, or is he going to be in the next game? Anybody know?
I think he's going to be in the next game. I heard they were resting him because they kind of figured at Madison Square Garden that game the Knicks were going to take it yesterday.
I know that Randall hurt his ankle. It took 2 weeks to heal that sprain.
Good morning.
And he looked like he was in a lot more pain than Randall was. But we'll see. I guess it depends on how much tolerance you have.
Ankles, that's not a quick fix.
It's a tricky situation.
That one hurts a lot.
So I think they were resting him to see.
I
For-
don't know
until
about that.
Saturday, that's what I
don't
think.
You rest anybody in the playoffs that they can go. I think that he was hurt, and they almost still won. They were up by 12, I think, at one time, right? And the Knicks were up by 14 at one time, and they lost. So this series, what about the Lakers beating Golden State? What happened to Golden
I'm
State?
so happy about that.
But would they tie? What happened to Golden State?
So what the sports analysis were saying is Anthony Davis is the key for this matchup.
23 rebounds.
So
My goodness.
he went and got 30 points and 23 rebounds, and they won the game. So it's obviously they were right. It's up to Anthony Davis because no one on the Warriors can stop him. They don't have size on the Warriors. All they have is perimeter shooting.
Perimeter shooting. It's what the Knicks beat the Cleveland Cavaliers down underneath with their 2 big 7-footers. They don't have no height underneath there either. Abagu is the center to the Heat. He's pretty good, that guy.
Oh, Bam Adebayo? Yeah, he's really
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah.
Where'd he come from?
He was drafted by the Heat. I just can't remember what college he played for though. But yeah, he was drafted by the Heat.
Center to the Philadelphia 76ers, MVP.
MVP Joel Embiid.
Do you know what his nickname is? You know his nickname?
MVP'd.
No, he has a nickname that he's had since college, and now is follow the truth.
No, trust the process.
Trust the process.
Yes, because he came from Cambodia. I forgot which one, but he was from Africa. He didn't start playing basketball till 15, and then he got scholarships from every college. He went to Kansas State, played there. I don't know if he got a championship at the college, but he suffered with many injuries, and then he went to Philadelphia. And
When was the last time
Trust
you
the
saw a
process.
center win MVP?
Last year,
Last year, who won it?
Nikola Jokic.
Bye-bye. Thank
Oh,
you.
from Denver?
Yeah, he won it 2 times in a row. He was supposed to win it again this year, but they finally gave it to
The big
Embiid.
men are coming through. You don't follow basketball.
But I was going to ask you about trust the process. Do you think that's true in everything for everyone?
Of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
Yeah?
Of course.
They both say yes. This one says yes with a smile. Why do you think?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, no, it's just like, well, I have like I guess like an example. It's like guess when like editing, like you have to put everything together, and you just have to like it may look bad or with drawing too. Like it may look bad at first, but when you add shadows, when you add color, it starts looking better and better. So,
Little by little.
Yeah.
But
Trust
the
the
process
process.
is even more than that. That's just the beginning of the process.
Yeah.
You know, I've had.
And you trust it.
I've had I've been lucky to work with Teddy for the last few days, and it isn't one thing. It's one thing, and then there's another, and then there's another, and when you try to get the material out because they're pumping the material through, it's placing it. And you gotta trust the process. And it's funny because a lot of people ask me, and they ask you, why does he want this? I don't know why. Just do it, and let it fall into place, and people begin to see it.
Let it be. But trust the process could be even for anything even bigger. Lisa, you think?
Definitely. I think like a good example would be like your career. For example, you can like start out from the bottom and think it's like the worst thing ever, but like the more experience you get and like the more time you spend doing something, like you'll eventually blow up. It's like I feel like you can't expect to like be at the top like automatically. Like no, I feel like no one starts like at the top. So like you just have to like gradually make yourself better to make like your work better, make everything else in like your life better, because then it'll just like fall into place.
What did you say? Spoelstra started out as like an assistant coach or something?
Assistant.
I mean,
To
an
an assistant.
assistant coach.
He was an assistant to an assistant. He was
Yeah.
like an intern.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's like, trust the process. Look where he is now.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, he's one of the smartest coaches I've ever seen.
But he didn't come in as the head coach.
No,
he
no,
worked
no,
his
no.
way up.
Oh yeah.
I
Trust
know.
the process.
And to work for for Riley, to be able to work for that maniac,
Pat Riley.
Pat Riley,
Yeah.
is difficult because Pat Riley's a winner.
He was a
Tell
good
you something,
coach.
And Knicks were dumb not listening to what he wanted to do. That guy was good. And he surrounds himself with good people. It's not easy to get coaching. Now, do you think coaching is important in the NBA? in football?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
I think
Yeah, I
coaching's
agree.
important in anything. You can either call it coaching, teaching, mentors, whatever it is, but it helps you learn, navigate.
The good coaches, they don't tell you what to do. The good coaches, they become friends with you and try to help you. Like I said, all goes back to the mind. They try to help you mentally, but physically at the same time.
Would you guys prefer people tell you what to do? Like, today I want you to do this way, or say, can you work on this part? Like, you have your to-do list, and then we just let you do. What do you prefer? Which way?
I am very strange. I prefer.
We know that.
Shocker.
I would prefer somebody to tell me exactly what to do.
But then how do you enhance your skills if you don't tell us what you can do?
Well, I don't know.
Well, think
But
about it.
it's just the way my mind works. I'm a very detail-oriented
No,
person.
you're programmed. You're not details. A big difference.
But that's not really true, because you do your cooking up chaos, then you edit it. All we tell you is we need it.
Yeah, but
And then you
like
create it.
with because I've worked with guys for a very long time. I know what to do here. But if it's
He's been here less than
Somewhat.
a year.
yeah,
Right, that's not a very
That's
long
not a
time.
long time.
That's what Josh is saying.
Maybe in your world, we're
Yeah.
a long time.
but like if it's somebody that I've never worked with before, I prefer them to give me almost over
Yeah,
Details.
but why don't you? Okay, let me ask you.
because
Hold
just
on.
so I know exactly what they want
No,
and
no,
I can
no,
make
no.
it exactly what they want.
There's no such thing as exactly what we want. The bottom line here is you've got to bring your skills to the table.
Mhm.
So we're going to play a game of poker, and the cards are shuffled. The shuffling is your ideas. The cards being dealt on the table, your idea, your idea, and your idea. And then when we read the cards, you know how you give some cards back and you get more, and then you play on the river and all that? That's all of the components that it takes to put together.
Do you remember
a
the
story.
commercial you had Nikki working on that took her like 3 months because you kept changing what you wanted? She put an amp in red and you said no. She put an amp in yellow and you said no. I wanted it in black. Then she had black and red. Take
Yeah,
out
but
the
it had
red.
nothing to do with the process.
That was the process.
That was the
No.
process.
That
It
was
wasn't
totally
the-
the process.
It was not.
What was it?
Well, you see, but if I tell you all my cards, there's a reason I did that. Is she one of the best?
Yes.
Okay, did you learn patience? And did you change it and you did it over and you did it over? And wasn't it the best thing that I told you? I still use it today. It's the best. But I pushed you out of your element. I pushed you to giving me something to say, okay, here it is. No, that ain't good. No.
And
You
you
gotta
made her
get
change
better.
it over and over and over.
I'll give you a classic example. Curly brings a whole different dimension. You don't even see that dimension yet until we gave it to her and
Tristan?
yesterday. Different dimensions. And if you don't see it, I'll explain it to you, Lucy.
Okay.
There's a difference between what she brings and what Trisha can bring, even though two of them are professionals in their field. But there are two different types. Same thing with Josh. It isn't always about the end product. Sometimes it's about the voyage, how you get
Oh, it's about the process?
Mm.
Trust it?
You know, all of a sudden I see Mario teaching. I see Josh teaching. I even see the B-man over here teaching. That doesn't happen by accident, guys. It happens because you believe more in yourself and your abilities. The ability to do and to accomplish. So it isn't me saying to you, Bryson, this is what you know what I need. I need you to sing. I don't want to hear about your voice and all of your heartaches and your 7-car pileups. That doesn't interest me. Because if you don't want to hear mine, I don't want to hear yours. I want to see the end product. I want you to improve. What did Kobe say? Every day, if you improve a little bit, in 10 to 15 years, you'll be like him. You'll be dynamic. I sent you guys that to see it. And the truth of the matter is you got to do it every day.
Motivation is not the key, it's consistency.
Well, you can be consistently bad. You can.
Sure.
Don't say, but Josh, you got to be able to understand. You got to be consistently trying to be better. Because sometimes things happen, and I hate that stuff. I hate that word. But sometimes No matter what you do, you're having a bad day. And do you know that that's the day that I want to talk to you about? Because that's the day you're going to learn to do it right.
Yeah.
Or not. Or you're just too tired to even do anymore.
No, that's not true.
Could be.
Nah, you're selling
Like-
yourself short.
To be quite honest, I was thinking a lot about this last night.
Were you?
Yes.
Were you walking the streets? In
No,
your
no,
tunnels?
no. I don't do that anymore.
Oh, you
I'm a
don't?
changed man. I'm a
What?
changed man.
He's mature. He's a change.
Now I walk around my apartment at night and I hear, "Shut up! I'm trying to sleep."
Yeah, you
But,
probably shouldn't be singing at 3 a.m. walking
No,
around the
no,
streets.
it's not 3 a.m. I only, so I was writing a song last night, and one of the lyrics that I wrote down, I think connects very well. It says, "I'm not trying to change myself. I'm just trying to change my life." And I do think that sometimes people try to, when they're in a bad situation, change themselves and try to make themselves somebody different.
Is that what you do?
Sometimes. I'm going to be honest, sometimes I do. But what they should be looking at is not how to change themselves, but how to change their life and how to make their life better.
Do you guys criticize yourself harshly?
You know who I am?
You, Mr.
You?
Criticize?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You criticize yourself harshly. I
Oh.
seen you go into a deep funk. Never seen anything like that.
You
Well-
too?
No,
No, this one doesn't.
Do you criticize yourself?
I do. Yeah.
You do?
That's
You
why
too?
whenever I hear like you're the best, I'm like.
But, what, but let me ask you a question. If I tell you the worst, would you believe that?
No.
Yeah. Hold on, let her talk. Would you believe it?
No.
So why wouldn't you listen to that? You are the best.
I don't know.
But I can
'Cause
prove
I
it.
criticize myself harshly.
But why?
I don't know.
But why
it
would
just
any
happens.
of you guys do?
Because I know I can do better. That's why.
But I didn't ask you if you could do better. I asked you if you're the best. At this moment in time, are you the best? Doesn't mean that I'm not going to ask you, are you better tomorrow? Because I'm going to ask you again tomorrow, are you the best? It takes a process to become the best. But if you're believing or criticizing yourself, like some of
'Cause
you guys do,
I guess when I hear you say the best, I like think of like the entire world when you say the best. But if you're asking if I'm my best self today, yeah.
so if I make it the best small, you believe it. But if I make it the best worldwide, you won't believe it.
Maybe.
You know, your stuff is good enough to be on television. You know that, right?
I do have an edit coming out that I'm kind of proud of.
You gonna show it to us?
Is
With,
that, is that one the best?
Oh, the piece that you guys did last week?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, we're
With
gonna see
Meisner.
that today, Meisner.
Yeah.
I don't know. When you talk about the best, I think of Stanley Kubrick, Jimmy Page, Jimi
Everybody
Hendrix.
else but you.
These gods that I look up to,
Mhm.
and I don't even touch close to what they have.
But I didn't
But
ask
I'm
you that.
But I'm happy where I'm at right now because I know I'm on the path to achieve what they have done.
Well, they achieved what they have done by believing that they were the best. You know, I think.
Do you
I'm
think
very
you're the
good.
best?
I am the best at this.
Well, I think
Better than anybody else I know.
I think if we think we're the best, then it won't be as much motivation to strive to be better.
Why?
I don't know. It like because
Do
I
you
feel like
think
it's
that-
like, oh, I'm there. I'm at
Do
the
you
top.
think that? No,
We're
I
done.
never said I hit the top.
And that's what the
motherland.
best
Today,
is.
I'm going to push to be even better.
I feel like
'Cause
the
I have-
best is at the top, though.
I have more ideas. A lady came in here yesterday that wants to work with us.
Yeah.
And she has a story to tell. And one of the things she said to me before she left, she says, I had a dream that I met you, and you made me the best. I says, I can't make you the best. You are the best. When you start believing that, it begins the process. Try it. You know what? Why don't you try it? If you don't like the Kool-Aid, you don't have to drink it. But if you do, you have to respect it, and you got to say, you know something? That's true. I am the best.
I know I'll be the best when I go and sell out Madison Square Garden. That's it.
But Papa, the only way you're going to get there is you're going to have to sell something to sell out. What are you
I
going to
know.
do? You're going to do your music? Or
Yeah.
play the band? How are you going to sell out Madison? You're going to play basketball? What are you going to do?
No, I'm gonna go up there and play my guitar in front of everyone.
Okay, so then play it. And let the world know that you play it. I got to tell you, some of the stuff coming out of here is being noticed. Trust me when I tell you this. I know enough people in different places that some of the stuff, like the commercials and stuff that you guys are putting together, you should watch the people sitting in studio. They go, wow, that's really good. Some of the new hosts, wow, that's really good.
I didn't hear that yesterday. All I heard was, "Yo, you got this wrong."
What did I tell you? Freddie always says you can get 99% of your project right. That 1% is what they notice. One word, you did 4 elements, and they were fantastic. One word was wrong, and that's what it held on
I'm going
to.
to tell you, the recipe of changing things at last second is disaster.
Yeah,
It
that
is
was the last.
disaster.
And that was the only piece that was wrong too. Is that last second piece?
From moving cameras around, moving angles around, moving stuff around at the last second does not work. And I sat down and I threw my hands up in the air, and I was just waiting for us to lose the camera. We lost the light. Things happen when you do this. I've been doing this long enough.
That was a good show though yesterday.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
We pulled it off, but you had a one-camera set. Now you should have seen all the criticism that came into her phone.
Huh?
That
thought
was
she was gonna
not on
cry.
us, because
Not on us.
not on our end.
On
Oh.
the set.
Because there were a lot of people around the smallest table in the studio. Even this
Yeah,
table's
yeah.
bigger than that table.
Yeah.
Oh, so they were like, why'd you put 4 people on one table?
People
You didn't
were
have to
asking
turn
that.
around like, oh, hey.
I told them all that, but you know.
But you know what? You got to learn. You
Yeah.
got to trust the process. Again, it's the first opening show. It was a great show. A lot of really good content. But then there's the camera, and then there's the TV side that we do. That's not what everyone wants to be. What Kathy Lee and Hoda. There's only Kathy Lee and Hoda
But I
them,
don't
and they
wanna
were.
be
But that's
Kathy
what
Lee.
everyone wants. But they
Yeah.
didn't have a full table. It was them.
You know, I don't believe that, because when some of the other talk shows came about in the beginning, they were different. And they have gotten back to the traditional. But when they were different, man, I liked it. I liked different.
You like the couch
I like the couch. I like
and the chair. You like
chair.
the.
I like the new chair we have here, the shrink chair. That's a shrink chair. And I only mean it by size.
You like the Johnny Carson set, the traditional
I love Johnny
set.
Carson with the old mic, the old, yeah. I love all that stuff. I love tradition that works.
Have you? You still haven't watched Mrs. Maisel? Anyone watching Mrs. Maisel?
What is that?
You got to watch it. It's
Right.
on. You got. It's. They say it's based loosely off of Joan Rivers' life story, so it's interesting. But sets. Becomes a writer for a talk show, and the only woman writer in the '60s for talk TV. It's an interesting.
Oprah has something coming out. You see, a new book.
Oprah's Oprah. Oprah is
Yeah,
spectacular.
but she says this is the best book she's ever written. I don't understand why Oprah never ran for president.
J-Lo's
but-
got a new book and new music. So J-Lo was J-Lo.
You're kidding me.
So she
writes?
Apparently,
New book?
she's in a new movie actually also called The Mother, I think it is, or The Assassin, where she actually teaches her daughter to be an assassin and what it takes, mother-daughter, to be the best, to not get cut. So that's coming out on Mother's Day. So her mother, J-Lo's mom, was in the studio for this interview this morning. Reminded me so much of your sister. Not in age, but just the way she looks, the way she talks, the way she carries herself. It's kind of cool.
It's funny because in East Tremont, where J-Lo grew up, nobody ever said J-Lo was the best either. And she went out and
She's
proved it
worked
wrong.
herself hard, right? All the way up.
All the way up. And everybody thought she was nuts.
Royce, are you the best at what you do?
I'm trying to do my best, but I'm trying to learn new things and
You know the word
it's
yes?
update.
You know the word yes? Let me hear you say it.
I don't know word yes because if I say yes, I will stop. I don't want to stop.
Why would you stop? Are you afraid to succeed? If I say you're the best, are you afraid that best can't be best plus 1, best plus 2, best plus 3?
I don't know what will happen if you said I'm the best.
Okay.
Maybe I will stop.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hold
what
it,
to do
hold it.
then.
Let's stop right there. That's a good point. So you're afraid what happens when you say you're the best? You think you get cocky? You think that growth stops? Seriously? Being the best means consistency, doesn't it? What you just told me, you got to be consistently the best. You could be good today, the best, and tomorrow you could stink. But does that change who you are?
Depends what you define yourself
No.
as.
You know, this is the problem. You guys get in your head, man. Get out of your head.
Ask Karen.
Trust the process.
Karen, you trust the process?
I definitely think you have to trust the process because each of us are on our journey and we're trying to be a better person every day. So I don't think, we don't really life is hard, so you don't really figure it all out, and you get like you learn something new every single day. So you just have to work at being your best, but you always know there's more you can learn.
And you're learning a lot.
Yes.
Part of what we do is we oversee, you don't even realize we're watching you guys all the time. Not work product. Are you okay? Are you eating? Are you upset? Are you doing okay? Are you having a moment? Like all of these things, we are sitting in the back or we're sitting here and we're making sure that everyone's okay in an emotional state. Work-wise, because then we know work-wise you're good. But I don't know a lot of other jobs, I don't want to say employers because we're not your employers, places of business that do that. They go to work, they're a doctor. The doctors aren't worried about the other 30 employees if their emotional state is okay or if their family life is okay. They're seeing the patients.
I coach a lot of kids, and the difference between
I feel like
me
we're always,
and the other coaches.
right? Mindset coaching here.
And I did it yesterday. And I do bring them tea and I bring them coffee because you know something? Why not, man? Why is it such a big deal for me to make a tea for Josh or coffee?
I think you made them all hot chocolate yesterday, didn't you?
Hot chocolate. It didn't taste good, apparently.
It needed sugar.
But that's what a good coach does. Because you take these professional athletes, they're professionals for a reason because they're the best in what they do. All they need is a coach to help them mentally for them to believe that. That's all.
You got to cope within the system. You got to grow with what you know. Now, I don't know Curly only, 2-3 weeks?
Yeah.
But I got to tell you something. I'll go to war with her on anything that has to do with the things we put together. I think Nikki can do anything. And I'm telling you anything. I spoke to the Movies of Del Rey about the movies you guys are putting together. She wants to see it.
I want to see your new one that you just did that had no audio because you
Yeah,
lost
show
it.
it. What are you laughing at? Show
Why
it.
don't we put together a pack of minis and she'll play it up on the Movies of Del Rey? And we have a party. We go out. We do our thing.
Do you want to talk about what's happening this Saturday?
Oh, this Saturday? It's gonna be like a small film festival with a club that we're trying to make, and I don't really like. It's in the living room theaters at FAU at 6 on Saturday, and
Is it open to the public?
I have no idea. I'm not totally sure.
Probably.
You know?
I think it could be
You don't know if
like.
it's open to the public?
No, it's her event. That's
No,
why
no,
I wanted
no,
her
like,
to talk about it.
it's a FAU club event.
So it's
That
your
would-
event. You don't know if it's open to the public?
Not particularly, because
So you
it's
gotta
on
make some phone
FAU
calls.
grounds.
At what time?
6 p.m.
At the FAU auditorium?
At the living room.
Yes,
Living
living
room.
room
Have
theaters.
you been there? The
I
movie
don't
theaters
know.
at FAU.
I don't think so.
They're nice.
Yeah,
They're
I
cozy.
I think it's more like a networking event for film students, or not film students, but like for anyone.
Are you putting it together?
Yeah, I am helping. Yes,
What are you calling it?
the film club. It's probably gonna be like we're still in the very beginning stages. This is kind of like an event trial. That's what I'm saying. Like, is it open to the public? I don't know. But it's a trial event where we're gonna like try to put up students' screens on the living room theaters.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and we're gonna invite people, and then we can have to actually talk. Because the problem with FAU right now is that actors and film students aren't talking whatsoever. And so if we need to make a short film, it's really hard to find actors at FAU, and so we have to like go through like lengths, like putting up casting calls, and like even then like actors might not even see it or anything. So what we want for this film club is to like network within the school. Like maybe we can get in touch with fashion majors, get in touch with like theater majors and etc.
That's a good
Architecture
idea.
set.
Do you know that one of the problems with the short films I found out from Rochelle is that when they pre-test it on the screen,
Mhm.
and there's a certain way that it has to be formatted for it to go on big screen. You guys know that? You know that in your filmmaking endeavors?
No, I don't.
All right, so we need to go over that because I spoke to Gio, and there is a way of doing it using Handbrake and Adobe. It is unbelievable the way they do it, but there is a certain screen deal, and you're right, you can't do a small film to make it a big film because it becomes blurry. But there is a way of doing it, and that's one of the reasons she said it has to fit the screen. So
Dimension-wise.
Dimension-wise.
It's 16 by 9, right?
correct.
Yeah.
Now, Megachop has a movie coming out not this Friday, but next Friday. Tomorrow he opens up in Houston, and next Friday is at the Movies of Del Rey. He has 300 people coming. 300. And I said to Rochelle, I said, well, you're going to put this 300 people. She said, well, the theater hosts 250. I said, 300. There's going to be, you're going to have to move it to a second theater. So now they're working out the details because nobody talked, like you say, the actors didn't talk. And now the rumor is that the actors of this movie are going to be present as well. And these are people I've seen on shows, these guys. So I want to put together something that makes sense so that, because they want a minimum of 15 minutes on the shorts, but they'll put them at the movies in Del Rey, and then we have a big event. And she's dying for you guys to go and be part of it. She loved that you guys came out for the John Lennon thing. So there's the opportunity. Now we go and we do this thing, God only knows what could happen.
So maybe we can see your short. What's it about?
Details are disclosed at the moment. It's kind of weird.
It has no audio.
Your movie, it has no audio, but Josh said it was good.
It was very good.
Without audio?
It was very good.
What's
yes.
the premise?
It's a silent movie? Like a Charlie Chaplin?
It's a silent. It's not like a
It's-
Charlie.
yeah.
It's a horror.
It's a horror?
Yeah, it's a
Can't we dub
weirdly thought out
sound?
horror.
Can't we dub some sound?
No, it has music in the background.
Oh,
But it
yeah,
has
yeah,
no
yeah.
words.
I understand
no, like,
that. It's
so
like
it's like
It's an
a
artistic choice.
yeah. Well,
No.
I lost the audio.
She lost the audio.
I'm saying, can we take like a group of people and dub it?
Oh. Well, so what I have it formatted as, it's kind of like a Charlie Chaplin. It's like you see them talking, and then it's like a screen, and then
The
there's
words?
dialogue. Word, yeah.
That's the Charlie Chaplin. You're doing the screen in black and white or something?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Very cool.
That's
I like
it
it.
looks good. Yeah.
it's
like
a
How long is it?
3 minutes.
Oh, maybe we should see
See,
it.
the problem is we got to go to 15. In order to get it on the screen, I need 15.
Maybe this summer. I'd be down for making a movie this summer.
Now, you guys also were talking about doing some of the stuff that we talked about
We gotta
from
wrap this up.
in here. Some of the office,
The office skits?
skits. What happened with that?
Ooh, don't look at me. I think we're taking it a tad bit too seriously, doing a table read and everything.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know.
I want to ad lib, and you guys are doing table skits.
Well, no, just probably someone.
I'm glad y'all film students are learning all these rules to
You heard-
follow, but
They don't
you
sound-
just need to go and do it.
Can we
Yeah,
just
no,
do it?
I think like table read I think is a bit much for
So
something
why don't
like
we just
this.
get a
but
camera, Josh, and let's do something. Forget about all the skit. Give me a skit, and we do it. Like you and I did in the car. We didn't have a skit.
That's what it's.
And people
yeah.
would laugh because I look like an idiot.
That's
He
what
looks
I
like
mean.
a
The
serious
Office
man.
was that. The Office was just basically what's it called? Improv. For the
Yeah,
most part.
We got to wrap this up. I got a show in 15 minutes.
Okay.
All right, yes.
Cool.
Yes, Chanel.
Okay.
Wow, excuse me.
Sorry, but I got to set a board.
Excuse me.
You're going to be on that
We have-
show too,
What?
because we're talking
I
about
can't.
the
I have a meeting.
we're talking about the expansion into
yeah,
California.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, you got to be part of that.
All right.
All right, more to come. The Reinvented Life show today at 11 a.m. We're going to be launching the expansion to San Francisco.
San Francisco.
So pretty cool. Tune in today on Amp Media Productions, and we'll see you midday. Have a great morning, everyone.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.